Dear friends, human beings of Earth, my name is Dr. William, and it is my perception that we have a big problem. We are killing everything on Earth, including ourselves. If we don't change our ways, our progeny are doomed. Therefore, we must change our ways. But to what do we change? The following is a proposal to that end. Become Animya now. What is Animya? First, the word is spelled A-N-I-M-Y-A. And it comes from the Latin root anima, which means the feminine expression for the spirit within. That's the way we use it. Animya stands for all people who live by the Spirit and the Commonwealth story of the Animya culture. We define ourselves on the one hand with an oath of allegiance to ourselves and each other that reads like this: In God we stand, a conscious, private, sober, sincere, debating, self-co-authoring union, defining our Commonwealth story, founded on spirit, truth, and equality, led by intuition, love, and harmony, growing together in our daily Familiken web net rings. Budan. Familiken is a word I made up, a combination of familial and kin. Familial is the root word for family, familiar, and kin is about kinfolks, or the people to whom we are kind. So Familiken rings are groups of people who live together by allegiance to each other. That makes us bound together as a Familiken ring, and our practice is to sit together daily and have a discussion of what happened today, and accountability is registered there. You are responsible for your actions, and you are accountable to your Familiken ring for your actions, including your words and your absence of performing. The word Budan means keep your dignity. Anime is a way of saying hello. A-N-I-M-A-Y. Anime Budan. Hello, goodbye. And give your best and learn from the rest. Problem in a cartoon. It goes like this. Earth. Missing soon. 2 ETs in their flying saucer. One says to the other, "Stick a fork in the earth, see if it's ready to eat." Poke. Not yet, but it's smelling good. End of column 1. Column 2. The solution: a bunch of frogs in a kettle on the fire. One frog says to the others, "How hot's this kettle gonna get before we get out of here?" And another frog says, "Jump now, jump hard, head for the light, and keep on humping." The problem is somebody's meddling with life on Earth, and we're it. The solution is we gotta jump out, head for the light, and keep on going. There is no somebody or something else that's going to save us. Any dogma organization that says, "Oh, just believe in this and that, and that'll save you later," Yeah, no promissory notes. We do it. It's up to us. When you get to heaven, then you'll be okay. Bullshit. We're talking about on earth. And we gotta clean up what we're doing because we have been lied to, misled, we're being used, abused, and this is not a recent history. It goes back a good 10,000 years. And when we look back into the history of Earth, the solar system, what's happened here in the last billion years, give or take a few minutes, we see that there's been external influences. And we're definitely not alone in this universe. Somebody's out there, and they're meddling with us. We got to wake up to what's going on, take charge of our own lives, govern ourselves locally with accountability to each other all around us. And that's what this is about. How to create a culture of accountability, responsibility, enlightenment, truth in science. Science is a search for truth. We live here. That makes first in time, first in right. The first on the land has the first rights. It is time for change. And the change is we have to take up responsibility, ability to respond, we have that. We need to take up our responsibility and act with accountability to divine right as it exists in us and through us. We don't ever hand it off again to somebody else to do it to us, for us. Once we take that in and start saying, I am responsible, accountable to me, for me, under God, defining myself, and with others in a group, we co-define ourselves as a union, and other groups doing that on a similar stance. We then can begin to build a groundwork of people who have no one head sticking up over others, but rather all of us working side by side. That's what this is about. That's what my life is about, and I'd be glad to share and speak. We have an email account called Animya now at protonmail.com. Staff answers to emails. I'm advised of interesting ones. In God we stand. A conscious, private, sober, sincere, debating, co-authoring, union, defining our Commonwealth story, founded on spirit, truth, equality, led by intuition, love, and harmony, growing together in our daily Familiken webnet rings. Budan. This is Dr. William, and we love you. Thank you.